Basically, Mark Zuckerberg did something quite interesting. I don't really know what to think of him lately. I just don't know. He's grown his hair out. He's like a different Mark Zuckerberg now. See, look, he's got long hair. I feel like that means something. It means he's freeing himself from something. Look, he's a coward. There's no question. But I think that he's a coward with some regret for having been a coward, which is why what he has done, he's admitted in a public letter that his company was pressured by the Biden-Harris administration to censor Americans, particularly regarding content. He then also speaks about the Biden family leading up to the 2020 election and how the FBI essentially warned him that this is Russian disinformation. We know it wasn't Russian disinformation. We know that it was a fact that they had shady dealings in Ukraine. We know that it is also a fact that the laptop was authentic, and yet Facebook suppressed it because they had pressure from the FBI. And he is now admitting all of that on record. Again, I'll ask the question, why is he doing that? Well, it's got to be maybe one of a few things here. Either he is watching what's happening to Pavel Durov, and he's having a spiritual change, because I believe that people can change spiritually. And I do believe right now the Holy Spirit is working through a lot of people. And maybe he is recognizing that he has been a coward in the past, and that he has been pressured, and that he's tired of helping the bad guys. And so he's telling the public right now, maybe this is him saying to the public, you are about to elect this again into office. People that censored you, people that lied to you, people that allowed many people to go out and get injured. And they may have made a different decision about whether or not they would have gotten had they had been allowed speech, meaning had they had been allowed to listen to different perspectives. Mine was one of them. I said to people, and I got hit on Facebook, or they actually stopped my advertising on my page because I said, don't get this. Here's why. Okay. Don't forget, I notoriously even had a lawsuit against Facebook because of the stuff that they were saying that I was lying about. And I'm so glad that he now has the benefit of hindsight, because my lawsuit, they wouldn't even allow my lawsuit to go through, because the fact of the matter is that you have district attorneys that are even bought out. I mean, the entire legal system is crap, right? You have George Soros, who's personally seeing to it that DAs are being elected to do his bidding all across America. This is how you get, prosecution against Donald Trump for something that happened, legally speaking, decades ago. They're like, oh, we'll just change the law so that we can prosecute him anyways, because Jean Carroll wants to prosecute him and we want to see him go down. Okay, this is the world that we live in. Okay, and Mark Zuckerberg allowed that. He allowed people like me to get censored for trying to get different information out to people so that they could make a rational decision and not one that was made out of fear. And so he regrets that. And maybe he regrets that for a variety of reasons. And maybe he is trying to signal to the public, like, hey, don't elect these people again. Like, evil is very close to winning. Now, the question is it going to impact the election? No. Nope. You cannot tell me anything different when it comes to Kamala Harris supporters. I am telling you, these people are mesmerized by the mainstream media. Like, they are a study in hypnosis. Like, they don't call it TV programming for nothing. These people are programmed bots. They are the ones that believed it was going to kill them, believe they needed the, got the, ignored their side effects, let their grandmas die alone. Then when the media said, never mind, we lied about everything, they were like, it's okay, I forgive you. It's like a toxic relationship. They're in a toxic relationship with the media, right? And then the media was like, we hate Kamala. They were like, I hate her too. And then like 2 weeks ago, they were like, never mind, we love her. She's Beyonce. And they're like, I love her too. She's Beyonce. I love Kamala Harris. I mean, I'm telling you, these are bots. There's just nothing's going to change them. Literally, Mark Zuckerberg could show the corruption. He could be like, look, these are the emails I got. Look, they put a gun to my head, a figurative gun to my head, or a literal gun to my head. He could do all of that and they wouldn't change their vote. I am telling you, I have seen people that are this programmed. They just have decided to follow that final instruction, that final Aurelian instruction, not to believe their own eyes. And so I'm grateful that Mark Zuckerberg is speaking out. I'm grateful that people are now aware of what we said back in 2021, that they were using censorship to force people to put a arm and earn themselves trillions of dollars. But I'm afraid that I do believe that it's also too little, too late.
I'm happy that Mark Zuckerberg is having a change of heart, and he is speaking out about the whole censorship on his platform, and so on and so forth. And many people might be fooled to think that he is doing that because he has suddenly realized the errors of his past and he wants to make amends. But I don't believe so. I don't think so. If there's one thing with all these guys, the billionaires, is that they don't really care about the people as per se. All they care about is the money they will make from whatever they are doing. If something is going a particular way, they just follow along. And when a time comes when things are going against those same things they follow along, they will just reverse course. That's what they always do. You will see them during Black Lives Matter. They will be all for it. They'll promote it, they'll support it. And if someone like Trump comes in and tell them that you guys shouldn't support Black Lives Matter because it's against the Republican Party or it's against the conservative, they will all do as Trump has asked them to do. So for you guys out there thinking that corporations are in support of anyone, you are just fooling yourself. They are neutral in everything. They just do it because of self-interest. What is in for them? That's what they think about. They do what benefits them the most. They are not for you. They are not for me. They are not for everybody. They are for themselves and the amount of money they stand to make by doing something. When Biden was in power, Facebook was censoring or shadow banning anything that was against Biden and his family. Now that Trump is in power, what are they doing? They are paying Trump millions, isn't it? They they funded his inauguration ceremony. I think Mark Zuckerberg gave him $1 million, and he was there during the inauguration, and he was given a front row seat. Jeff Bezos was there. Elon Musk was there. All of them, they were there. And if you remember correctly, these same people who are there now were the ones who were against him, isn't it? These people play us like ping pong ball. They hit us back and forth. At one end is the politicians. At the other end is the billionaires or corporations. And in the middle, the ball is us, the people. We are being hit back and forth, being played back and forth by these two class of people. And until we realize this, we are not going to remove ourselves from this destructive situation. We are not going to remove ourselves. When they want to come into office, they make so much promises. And I'm not just hitting on Trump and the Western billionaires alone. It is something that is very global. Even in Africa, we have politicians like that whom you will only see when it's time to campaign for elections. After elections, you will never ever see them again. They only come out when they want to ask for your vote. When they get your vote, they are gone. You will never see them. You will never hear from them. They are gone. And all the promises they made to you when they were campaigning for that political office will not be fulfilled. That is it. They come again, they make new promises, they get the vote, they disappear. It has been a reoccurring situation in Africa. And I say to myself, Africans, you guys must wake up. You cannot let yourself be deceived time and time and time again. You cannot. Because at a certain point in time, you will have to hold yourself accountable. You will have to hold yourself accountable. The first time might be that you are not knowledgeable. The second time might be that you are ignorant or you were carried away. But when it becomes a pattern, then you have to hold yourself accountable. Let me say this one more time. The billionaires, the corporations are never a friend of anyone. They don't like you nor hate you. They do what benefit them. That is the truth. If they realize that banning you or censoring you or just shadow banning your content will make them more profit, they will do so. And if they realize that on banning you, on censoring you, letting you speak freely is going to make them more money, they will do just so. They have no morals, none at all. They do what put money in their pockets. That is what they do. And we all must understand what they are.